What if you could rekindle the spark in your love life, reignite the passion that once was, and rebuild the bond that time, stress, and life's demands have eroded? Love, that complex and profound emotion, is often the driving force behind our most significant decisions. It's the cornerstone of our relationships, the foundation of our lives. However, it's not always a smooth sail. The daily grind, the relentless pace of life, can sometimes lead us astray, causing us to drift apart, to lose touch. But what if we could turn back the tide? What if we could find our way back to one another, to the love that once was? Today, we delve into the possibility of reigniting that lost spark, of re-establishing the bond that was once unbreakable. We'll be exploring the stories of couples who have successfully navigated this journey, who have overcome the odds and found their way back to love. So, stay tuned as we embark on this exploration. Let's explore the stories of couples who have successfully navigated this journey. Meet John and Lisa, a couple who found themselves drifting apart due to their busy lives and mounting responsibilities. In the hustle and bustle of their daily routine, they began to feel like two ships passing in the night, their connection fading into the background. But this is not a story of loss. Rather, it's a tale of rediscovery, of finding their way back to each other through the power of communication. You see, John and Lisa, like many of us, had fallen into the trap of avoiding difficult conversations. They swept their disagreements under the rug, thinking it was easier that way. But in reality, ignoring these issues only caused resentment to brew beneath the surface. So they decided to do something about it. They created a safe space for dialogue, a sanctuary where they could openly discuss their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or reprisal. They began to tackle those tough topics, the ones that had been causing silent tension. It wasn't easy, and there were uncomfortable moments, but they persevered. They realized that these conversations were not battles to be won, but bridges to understanding. John and Lisa also learned the value of patience and empathy in their communication. They started to really listen to each other's perspectives. They found that understanding where the other person was coming from made it easier to find common ground and solve problems together. In this journey, they discovered that they weren't alone. Many couples face similar struggles, and talking about their experiences with close friends brought comfort and a sense of shared humanity. It was a reminder that every relationship has its ups and downs, but it's how we navigate those challenges that truly matters. Through the power of open communication, John and Lisa were able to break down the walls that had formed between them. They began to reconnect, to understand each other in deeper, more meaningful ways. They learned that their love was not a static entity, but a dynamic force that needed nurturing and attention. Through open communication, John and Lisa were able to rebuild their bond and rekindle their love. And that, my friends, is the power of communication. It's not just about talking, but about listening, understanding, and growing together. It's about bridging gaps and mending wounds, about finding your way back to love, even when it seems lost. Then there's the story of Mark and Sarah, who found that they were pushing each other away by demanding too much attention. Their lives had become a tug of war for time and affection, a constant struggle that left them both feeling drained and distant. It was only when they decided to step back, to give each other some breathing space, that things began to change. Breathing space, you see, isn't about creating distance or fostering indifference. It's about trust. It's about acknowledging that love, like a delicate flower, needs room to breathe, to grow, to bloom. You can't force a flower to open by pulling at its petals. Similarly, you can't force love by pulling at each other's time and attention. Mark and Sarah learned this lesson the hard way. They realized that their constant need for attention was not a sign of love, but of insecurity. By pulling back in a friendly way, they were saying, "I trust in this journey. I trust in us. I trust that everything will work out for the best." And you know what? It did. The more they trusted, the more they relaxed. The more they relaxed, the more they reconnected. Their conversations grew richer, their laughter louder, their love stronger. They discovered that love isn't about possession, it's about appreciation. It's not about demanding attention, it's about giving the gift of space and trust. It's about recognizing that the person you love is an individual, a unique soul with their own dreams, desires, and needs. Love isn't a cage where two people are trapped, but a garden where two souls are free to explore, to grow, to bloom. And in that garden, Mark and Sarah found each other again. They found their love, not in the urgency of demands and expectations, but in the quiet spaces, in the gentle moments of trust and understanding. By giving each other breathing space, Mark and Sarah were able to re-establish their connection and reignite their love. Consider the story of power couples like Michelle and Barack Obama, who have managed to maintain a strong bond in the public eye. Power couples, those dynamic duos that seem to have it all figured out, can teach us a thing or two about maintaining a strong, healthy, and loving relationship. One of the key characteristics of power couples is their ability to maintain a united front. They never argue in public. They know that disagreements are a part of any relationship, but they also understand the importance of resolving these behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. This isn't about putting on a facade, but rather about respect and consideration for one another's feelings. Another quality that sets power couples apart is the mutual respect they have for each other. They treat each other as equals, valuing each other's opinions and ideas. They listen, they communicate, and they build each other up. It's this mutual respect that forms the bedrock of their relationship, allowing them to weather any storm that comes their way. Have you ever noticed how power couples have endearing pet names for each other? These cute nicknames are more than just terms of affection. They're a testament to the intimacy shared between them, a secret language that only they understand. It's these small, seemingly insignificant details that make a big difference, reinforcing their bond and making their connection even stronger. Lastly, power couples find ways to show love and care every day. They understand that small acts of kindness go a long way in maintaining a strong relationship. Whether it's making a cup of tea in the morning, leaving a thoughtful note, or giving a simple back rub after a long day, these gestures remind their partner of their love and commitment. By emulating the qualities of power couples, we can strengthen our relationships and reignite the spark. After all, it's not about being perfect, but about being perfect for each other. And that, my friends, is the true power of love. As we age, physical love can become a challenge, as experienced by Tom and Nancy. Tom, a passionate hiker, had always been fit and active, while Nancy, a lover of the arts, preferred a gentler pace. But as they aged, Tom's love for the outdoors was curtailed by arthritis, while Nancy's vision began to fade. This physical distance could have driven them apart, but instead, they chose to use it as an opportunity to reconnect. Tom and Nancy realized that their physical changes were not limitations, but opportunities for growth. Instead of hiking, Tom learned to appreciate the arts with Nancy. He discovered that a night at the opera or an afternoon in a gallery could be just as exhilarating as a hike in the mountains. Nancy, on the other hand, didn't let her fading vision keep her from enjoying the beauty of nature. She found joy in the feel of the wind on her face, the scent of blooming flowers, and the sound of birdsong. But it was through taking care of each other's health that they truly reconnected. Tom began researching ways to manage arthritis, while Nancy learned about eye health. They started cooking healthy meals together, focusing on foods that would support their respective health needs, and they discovered the power of touch. A gentle massage, a comforting cuddle, these became their new expressions of love. This focus on health didn't just improve their physical well-being, but also brought them closer emotionally. They learned to listen to each other's needs, to be patient, and to offer support without judgment. They found that in caring for each other, they were also caring for their relationship. What they thought was a challenge turned out to be a beautiful journey of rediscovery. Their physical love may have changed, but it was no less passionate, no less meaningful. It was simply a new chapter in their love story, one that was written with understanding, patience, and a deep respect for each other's needs. By prioritizing each other's health and finding ways to connect physically, Tom and Nancy were able to rekindle their love. Finally, Let's look at the story of Robert and Mary, a couple who learned the importance of words and actions in expressing love. Their journey began with understanding that loving someone is more than just saying, "I love you." It involves being present, being patient, and being understanding. It's about the words you choose and how you say them. It's about the actions that back up those words, the little gestures that show you care. Robert and Mary learned that love is not just about romantic gestures. It's about the everyday things. It's about asking about each other's day, listening attentively, and responding with empathy. It's about making a cup of tea for one another, offering a back rub after a long day, or simply holding hands while watching a movie. But they also learned that words, when not controlled, can cause harm. There were times when Robert or Mary would lose their cool, and harsh words would be spoken. They learned that in these moments, it's essential to take a step back, to breathe, and to find their inner strength. In their journey, they discovered the power of self-improvement. They realized that working on themselves individually strengthened their bond as a couple. They started reading books, attending workshops, and seeking advice. They learned to express their feelings without anger, to communicate their needs without accusations, and to listen without interrupting. They found that the best way to express love is through their actions. Not just grand gestures, but everyday actions. Making each other's favorite meal, picking up an extra chore, or leaving a sweet note. These are the actions that show love, that show they care. And most importantly, they learned that love is not about being perfect. It's about being honest, being kind, and being forgiving. It's about acknowledging mistakes, learning from them, and growing together. Through self-improvement and mindful communication, Robert and Mary were able to strengthen their relationship and reignite their love. As we've seen through these stories, rekindling love and rebuilding the bond in a relationship is possible. It's a journey that requires patience, understanding, and mutual effort, but the reward is a love that is deeper and more meaningful than ever before. Let's recall the key elements we've discussed. Open communication is the lifeblood of any relationship. It's okay to have those difficult conversations, to delve deep into our feelings and fears. It's through this honesty that we can truly understand each other and grow together. Giving each other breathing space is also crucial. Love is not about possession, but about cherishing each other's individualities. When we respect each other's space, we foster a sense of trust and security, reinforcing our bond. We've also talked about power couples, those who've mastered the art of maintaining a strong, loving relationship. They have their own secret codes, their own ways of showing affection, and they never let an argument spill over into public view. Their respect for each other's privacy and their unity in public is something we can all learn from. Prioritizing physical love and health is another key aspect. Love expressed through physical affection, be it a gentle massage, a warm hug, or a loving kiss, has the power to bring us closer. Staying healthy together, cooking nutritious meals, and supporting each other's well-being shows care and commitment. Lastly, we've highlighted the power of words and actions. The way we talk to each other, the tone we use, the words we choose, all send signals of our love and respect. Small acts of kindness, a simple cup of tea, a back rub, can mean more than any expensive gift. In the end, it's about treasuring every moment, the good and the not so good. It's about understanding that every relationship is sacred, a precious journey we've chosen to embark upon together. It's about constantly working on ourselves and our relationship, and in the process, becoming an inspiration for others. Remember, every relationship is sacred, and every moment, good or not so good, is precious. Treasure each moment and keep the spark of love alive.